All right, everybody, everybody have a handout? Everybody need a handout? Okay, perfect. All right, we are going to get started. All right, so we are going to talk about object lessons, visuals, what we can do in front of the class. But to do this today, I called in one of my good friends, and Brother Lee is going to give me a hand today. So Lee, I am excited because he is going to be a great teacher. Give you a hand, and he's actually got a green thumb, so we need garden. I was nervous, but I wasn't so bad. You don't have to get into this crazy talk with them. We got old
That was
kids
insane.
Talk about it. But think about, look how complex this is. From an explosion that said that there was nothing, that over time this came about, and then DNA molecules formed, and then from it, I mean, the biochemistry and the science and behind all this is so crazy complex. It's unbelievable. To put these in the right order, and I mean, in a paper, I have a couple papers in my notes. Do you have a notepad? To help explain this real quick. Okay, so, like for example, DNA. Can anybody tell? Okay, what does that first row say?
BBO.
I can't read.
BBO.
Wobbly. I can't. Wobbly.
Okay, but well, it does kind of in a way, right? What's the second one?
I can't see that.
What are the letters? Let me give you a hint. Your last name. Booker. Okay, all right. But it's not Booker, right? And Phillip is.
Oh, what's your F?
That's really nice. Yeah, I mean, I actually spelled that one out, except with the F, because I don't know what the TH got. But anyway, it has to be in the right order. Well, when you take a DNA molecule and you get into it, and our body is so complicated, it all has to be in exact order. You take millions and millions of DNA molecules and put them all in the precise order. The mathematics, the probability of all that happening in just the right way, it ain't gonna happen. And they decide, yeah, well, how did that happen? Well, just give it enough time and chance. Are you kidding me? It ain't gonna happen. Yeah. So, Brother Lee is awesome at what he does. Okay, we'll tell you after. That's all right. Yeah. Unfortunately, it's easy to get. It's pretty gnarly stuff, but you can use it a lot of different experiences. That's one he used to shoot a bottle of the church. I didn't expect him to go full power to this. So on the count of three, we're all deleting that photo off your phone. Yeah, so I got work. Money does grow on trees. Look at that. Okay. So anyway, I actually couldn't find it. Okay. We cut these out in the shapes of little men, and Larry, I think, one day made 120 of them. You soak them. It went out. Okay. You just soak it in 50% alcohol. Okay. He had 120 of these in. Soaked it, lit them all up. You remember that day we did that? And 120 in the upper room, Holy Ghost fell on. But you know, that's sat on his tongues of fire. But it's amazing. It won't burn. You soak it with the alcohol. You can even do a Sunday school offering basket and. Let's not talk about that. Well, that's actually a good segue here. So not every object lesson goes well. It just doesn't. Has anyone ever had one that went south on you? If you haven't, you just haven't done it enough. It will. You scared me after that. I'm on edge right now. All right. So not everything is going to go to plan. You just have to be prepared to run with failure because it will happen. You got to expect it and be able to deal with it. So when we blew a hole in the ceiling, you know, he ran with it. It was like, man, isn't that awesome how we can just
that the power of God is so powerful that we can replace the ceiling in the fellowship and every wall of the ceiling.
I'm not going to do this one in here.
Okay, this was cool.
This is really cool though. Okay, so I got
We're out of time.
steel wool, which I did. If you saw the tree burning, it's really crazy. It lets on spark. It's kind of like a sparkler. Well, we did this. Sister Kim actually did this. Take a 9-volt battery, and that's the weirdest thing. Take a 9-volt battery, light this up, and then you just start spinning it around your head like this, and it just starts throwing sparks out everywhere. It's really cool. And again, it's just like a sparkler, and it's all it is steel wool. So a little bit of rope. We put the rings here because things do go wrong. I had it tied up too close one time, it melted off, and a fireball goes through. So things happen, not in the classroom, it was in practice. But anyway, it's amazing. Steel wool, it just like acts like a sparkler. That one's really cool, and it's really cheap. This is like a couple dollars to do this.
So he may have already said this, but the tree he did for that previous session, that was the same thing. Steel wool draped on a 9-volt battery. Last thing is I love simple stuff. So this is just a magic wand, Christian illusion wand. We don't do this in Sunday school. But you know what? I want everybody to get involved. So if you can help me real quick. Okay, so I'm going to have you. If you can just help me. Okay, so I'm going to give this to you. Okay, and in a second we're going to. You're supposed to grab it. You can just grab this real quick. Okay, so we're going to do a really. You're supposed to take. All right. Okay. Anyway, it's a multiplying wand. They just nest inside of each other, and it's silly and fun. But you get reactions with silly stuff like this more than you do sometimes with big crazy stuff. Because kids love just funny, silly stuff. These I bought on Amazon for just a couple bucks. Just plastic rolled inside of each other. We do magic wands that expand out of a bag. So out of a little short bag, you bring an 8-foot magic wand. We have one that just appears out of nowhere. We're going to actually give one away today. Anyway, all kinds of fun stuff. After this, Brother Lee is going to be, after that final deal is over, he'll be in here. If you have questions about any of this, he'll be happy to answer. All right, thank you guys. You guys are awesome. Appreciate it.